Welcome back to another videos. Join us for the latest news, insights, and updates on the Iraqi dinar. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's explore the world of the Iraqi dinar together. The complex economic dynamics surrounding the potential decision to float a currency, specifically the dinar in this context, in order to address discrepancies between official exchange rates and rates in the parallel market. SALAH, the speaker, suggests that while floating the dinar might be a viable approach in certain economies where market forces predominantly dictate balance of payments, it may not be effective in economies where a dominant rentier government sector heavily influences currency reserves. To grasp the significance of SALAH's statement, it's essential to unpack several key economic concepts and understand the broader context of floating exchange rates, rentier economies, and the impact of government interventions on currency markets. Firstly, let's examine the concept of floating exchange rates. In a floating exchange rate regime, the value of a currency is determined by market forces such as supply and demand. Unlike fixed exchange rates, which are set and maintained by governments or central banks, floating rates fluctuate based on market conditions. This flexibility theoretically allows currencies to adjust naturally to economic fundamentals. SALAH's assertion that floating the dinar could be effective in economies influenced solely by free market dynamics underscores the idea that in such environments, currency values would be more responsive to economic realities like trade imbalances, capital flows, and inflation rates. When a currency is freely floating, its value reflects these factors, potentially narrowing the gap between official and parallel market rates. However, SALAH contrasts this scenario with economies dominated by a rentier government sector. A rentier state typically derives a significant portion of its revenue from external sources like oil or natural resource exports, rather than from domestic economic activity or taxation. This economic structure can lead to distortions in the currency market due to substantial inflows of foreign currency reserves. Moreover, SALAH implies that the rentier nature of these economies may inhibit the effectiveness of floating the dinar. This inhibition likely stems from the government's ability to generate currency reserves through rentier activities, which could offset or counteract the intended effects of a floating exchange rate regime. If a government accumulates large foreign reserves from rentier activities, it can use these reserves to stabilize or manipulate exchange rates, complicating efforts to align official and market rates through a floating mechanism. Furthermore, SALAH's remark touches on the broader issue of economic diversification and structural reform in rentier economies. Dependence on rentier revenues can create vulnerabilities such as volatility in government revenues, economic distortions, and a lack of incentives for domestic production and innovation. These structural challenges can impede efforts to implement policies like currency floating, which require a more diversified and resilient economic base. In summary, SALAH's statement encapsulates the intricate interplay between currency policy, economic structure, and government influence in shaping exchange rate dynamics. By highlighting the limitations of floating the dinar in rentier economies, SALAH underscores the broader imperative for structural reforms to promote economic diversification and reduce dependence on rentier revenues. Ultimately, the efficacy of currency policies like floating depends not only on economic principles but also on the underlying institutional and structural factors that shape a country's economic landscape. Thanks for watching Iraqi Dinar. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share our videos. Your support keeps our channel going. Stay curious, and see you in the next one.